Anthropic just shipped the most powerful AI you can legally use, and then told you, to your face, that they're hiding a better one in a vault. That's not a conspiracy, that's in the official blog post. Claude Opus 4.7 dropped 2 days ago, and within 6 hours, a pen tester used its older sibling to pop a 0-day in Google Chrome for $2,283. Months of elite engineering, a weekend of API calls, and Opus 4.7? It's better. Strap in. Here's what actually happened on April 16th. Anthropic released Claude Opus 4.7, the successor to the already insane Opus 4.6. Same price, $5 per million input tokens, 25 out. 1 million token context window, available everywhere. Claude.ai, Claude Code, AWS Bedrock, Google Vertex, Microsoft Foundry. On paper, it looks incremental. This thing posted an 87.6% on SWE-bench verified, the industry's hardest real-world coding benchmark. It jumped almost 11 full points on SWE-bench Pro in a single version. Vellum called it the largest single benchmark improvement they've ever logged. Translation: the AI that writes code for a living just leveled up harder in 4 months than most humans do in 4 years. And here's the moment that broke developer Twitter. Opus 4.7 autonomously built, from scratch, a complete Rust text-to-speech engine, neural model, SIMD kernels, browser demo. Then it generated speech, fed that speech into a separate speech recognizer, and verified the output matched the Python reference. It tested itself. That's not autocomplete. That's a junior engineer who never sleeps, never complains, and costs less than your Spotify subscription. Let's talk features, because the highlight reel is insane. First, high-resolution vision. Opus 4.7 sees images at 3.75 megapixels, more than 3 times the resolution of any previous Claude model. Pixel-perfect bounding boxes. On Expo's visual acuity test, it scored 98.5%. The previous version? 54.5. That's not an upgrade, that's a species change. Second, adaptive thinking. Opus 4.7 decides on the fly how hard to reason. There's a new extra high effort tier, and Claude Code now defaults to it on every plan. Third, task budgets. You tell the agent, you have 80,000 tokens to finish this job, and it watches its own countdown clock and paces itself like a marathoner. No model has done that before. Not GPT-5, not Gemini, nobody. Fourth, a new /command in Claude Code called /ultrareview. It's an senior engineer that tears your pull request apart, looking for bugs a careful human would catch. CodeRabbit ran it on 100 real open source PRs, and recall jumped over 10% against their previous best ensemble. Now the main event. Opus 4.7 versus GPT-5.4 versus Gemini 3.1 Pro. On directly comparable benchmarks, Opus 4.7 wins 7 out of 10. MCP Atlas tool use, plus 9.2 points over GPT 5.4, SWE-bench Pro, plus 6.6, Cybersecurity Evaluation CyberGym, plus 6.8, GPQA Diamond, the PhD level science test, 94.2%, Gemini got 94.3, GPT-5 got 94.4. The frontier models have literally saturated human expert science. Real-world test? Tom's Guide typed one sentence. Build me a full task tracker with drag and drop, filters, local storage. Don't ask questions, ship it. Minutes later, Opus 4.7 delivered a working single-file app. Drag columns, drag tasks between columns, live search, priority filters, persistence. One prompt. They called it the most sophisticated AI currently available to the public. Hex, the data platform, dropped the most quotable line of the launch. Low-effort Opus 4.7 is roughly equivalent to medium-effort Opus 4.6, meaning you're getting the old flagship for free on the new release. Cursor's internal benchmark jumped from 58% to over 70%. Databricks measured 21% fewer errors on enterprise office tasks. Rakuten resolved 3 times more production engineering tickets. Here's where it gets dark. The Register reported that Opus 4.6, the older model, was used to engineer a working Chrome V8 0-day exploit. A single pen tester, a week of prompts, 2.3 billion tokens, $2,200. It popped the calculator. That's real. Opus 4.7 has roughly equal cyber capability, but now ships with real-time automated safeguards and a cyber verification program for legitimate researchers. Within hours of launch, dark web forum operators were already posting about testing it. And there's drama. An AMD senior director publicly wrote on GitHub that Claude had, quote, regressed to the point it cannot be trusted to perform complex engineering. The backlash forced Anthropic into what Decrypt is calling a reputational reset. Wharton professor Ethan Mollick hit complaining the forced adaptive thinking regularly decides non-code tasks are low effort and produces worse results. And Simon Willison ran his signature Pelican on a bicycle SVG test, and a 20-gigabyte open-source model running on his laptop drew a better Pelican than Opus 4.7. The memes wrote themselves. But here's the real plot twist, the one nobody's talking about loud enough. Anthropic's own blog post admits Opus 4.7 is less broadly capable than a secret internal model called Claude Mythos Preview. It's locked behind something called Project Glasswing, accessible only to cleared cybersecurity partners. A Hacker News commenter with 300 upvotes theorized, someone at the top of Anthropic put Mythos on hold and told the product team to ship an interim step fast, which means the Opus 4.7 sitting in your API right now, it's not even the real frontier. Anthropic is literally scared of their own best model. So what does this mean for you? Simple. If you're a developer, your productivity ceiling just moved. Cognition's Devon now works coherently for hours on one task. Replit says same quality, lower cost. A solo founder with Opus 4.7 and $40 can now outship a team of 5 from 2024. If you're an analyst, a lawyer, a student, Harvey hit 90.9% on the Big Law legal benchmark. Notion's agent has a third the tool errors. The model isn't just faster. It's quieter, more literal, and more stubborn about getting the answer right. So here's the honest verdict. Is Opus 4.7 the best public eye on Earth right now? On most coding benchmarks? On agentic work? On tool use? On computer use? On raw knowledge work? Yes, GPT-5.4 still leads on agentic web search. So what's actually going on here? The pattern is obvious once you see it. Every major iLab is now sitting on a model they consider too dangerous to ship. OpenAI has done it, Google has done it, now Anthropic is openly admitting it. Opus 4.7 is the first public model explicitly released as a testbed for automated safety systems that will decide whether the next one ever sees daylight. This isn't just a product launch, it's a preview of how every AI release from this point forward is going to work. You get the safer version. The bigger one goes to the banks, the hyperscalers, and the chip makers. And one day, when the filters are good enough, they will decide whether you are allowed to use the real thing. The era of AI assistant is over. We're entering the era of AI Coworker, and the Coworker works the night shift for free. If any of that melted your brain, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell, because next video, we're going inside Project Glasswing and asking the question Anthropic doesn't want asked. What is Mythos actually capable of, and why won't they let you touch it? You are not ready. See you there.